Okay, this is the last program, Bachelor of Business Administrations. And as my lead assessor, who is also the chief assessor, Professor Wong, will have to do the summarization and wrap up until I will present all of our preliminary findings. What I will do first is I will move this way, because I feel that everyone present on that way, and maybe this atmosphere is a bit lonely. So that's what would I do? Okay. So as we are the last program, you may feel that we don't have many left to say, because your great strength are also similar to other programs. But anyway, it's also our duty to present what we found. But first, before I make myself, we would like to say thank you and we would appreciation to everyone who made this assessment happen, starting from the university level, president director, everyone, down to the department level. We have great conversation with your administrative staff, academic staff, supporting staff, student, alumni, and also employees. This is all the photo from the interview session that we have. We have great support from you, everything. The room, the hotel picked up this assessment, even go shopping yesterday evening. So thank you very much again. So let's start with the program criteria 1, 2, 3, 4. So you may be noticing that we are using plain slide. The previous is quite visualized, but we will go back to the basics. Visualize is important, but in this level, okay, simplified would do well. Okay. So the first frame will be similar to other programs. It's about your PLO. There is alignment with vision and missions. The PLO are clearly aligned with the university vision and missions, and also the program mission and missions. And you have done very well. You have explicit CLO, PLO mapping. The course and the program specification clearly show how course and CLO are mapped into PLO. The next thing is the one that we think is very dominant. For the first one, for the program that first evaluated or assessed by AUA, you are doing very well in CLO achievement measurement. This program has begun calculating CLO attainment by course and also by cohorts, and is gathering data to evaluate the cost effectiveness of integration of formative and summative results. And we noticed from interview and also from talking with many students, also observed by ourselves, you have active learning culture. You implement several teaching and learning approach, flip class like other program mentions, the project-based learning and other methods that promote critical, creative, and lifelong learnings. And the last would be the curriculum flexibility. The students have options to select two specializations in global supply chain and international finance, and they also have option to select minors in the management of digital marketing. That would allow students to pursue interests aligned with industrial needs. So if you look at the area for improvement for program, for criteria, the first two things will be about the PLO. The first one will be the PLO level elevations. You have 10 PLO in this one. So where appropriate, please elevate the PLO to higher cognitive level. The use of the word like evaluate, analyze, create, to reflect the complexity of the final year learnings. So it should be like in the early year, you can achieve some level of PLO on the taxonomy. And then the later year, it should be higher. Okay. The next one is also about the PLO assessment review. So please consider revisiting where and how PLO are assessed. to ensure progression and avoid premature mastery in the early year. It would be unreasonable if your students who are in the second year achieve like create a level of PLO, but then when they go to the fourth year, they actually understand or apply them. Okay. And then you collect a lot of data from stakeholders. So please think about making it systematic. This will be about the external stakeholder feedback systematizations. So please thinking about establishing a more systematic process for insighting requirement and collecting feedback from employer and other external stakeholders. And when you have data, you make documentation. Please do the next thing, analytical reflection enhancement. So strengthen analytical and critical reflection on program effectiveness and student learning beyond documentation. Not just making the report, but seeing if one PLO is achieved at the lower rate than other PLO, why was it and what would you do? And also if student delay in graduation, what is the reason and what can we do? And finally, similar to other programs, the importance of AI. So you should think about AI integration and policy development. Some of the lecturers we talk, they have AI informal policy, but not formally implemented throughout the program. So please broaden instruction on AI tool for various business purpose and formalize policy on responsible AI use. Now we move to the resource criteria, 5, 6, 7. The same. I think it's the same strength for the whole university because the previous 3 programs mentions about the strength of academic staff. In our program as well, the academic staff members are highly appreciated by students and also by alumni for their teaching commitment and accessibility. The student can reach them anytime. The alumni can talk back to lecturer anytime as well. Also, the support for academic staff in this university is very good. The faculty development support. You have various programs and resources that are available to strengthen academic staff competency in teaching and research. Especially you have like the research project funding for the academic staff who want to do the project, they can apply. You also have publication incentive, who publish in the higher ranking of publication, they get incentive. And also other workshop and training for developing the academic staff. And if we move to the strength of support for students, we see that this university and this program have the holistic student development. You have so many co-curricular and extracurricular activities that those other programs also mentions. And you have very strong internship program, in particular the international internships. So all of this would foster student practical skill, professional growth, and also career network when they graduate and do the job in the future. And finally, the functional campus. Compared to many other universities, the campus is not very large, but QTA University maintain a compact campus with adequate infrastructure and academic resource to support student learning. Not just student learning as this assessment as well. This room is very good. I can talk here and I look at the back. I don't have to be at the monitor, right? And all of you can see the monitor in front clearly. Now if we go to the area for improvement, I think this is common. It's like, please think about building research quality culture in the program and also in the university. So revisit the process of assessing research competence. How do we assess the research competence of your academic staff? And also foster a strong culture of quality and productivity in research. Because your university vision is to be the prestigious university in Asia, in scientific and in education. So research is very important. Now, I will mention this in the next output. but because the number of the students is decreasing. So you may need to do something about admission process. So enrollment revitalization is one we would recommend. So please think about develop a public relation campaign targeted at both students and parents. Why parents? Because based on our interview, many students decide to come here because their parent thinks this is good university. So all of this you need to do PR to boost student recruitment across admission channel, which we have increased channel of admission in the recent year already. The next thing we have just admired you about international internship, but still we could improve it. So please continue to do so, the international exposure activity. Please expand and strategically plan to activity that enhance student international exposure and cross-cultural learning. Students are very satisfied, the program are very satisfied with training in Japan, training in Singapore and Taiwan, but there is also many other countries that you could collaborate and make the network expand. Okay, this one is Professor Chitala mentions the safety. So just like to mention a little bit in campus accessibility and safety monitoring. So please think about conduct regular accessibility audits. Ensure that safety equipment is easily reachable and monitor the air quality to sustain comfort and productivity in a single building environment. And finally, the facility modernization. Well, we are not saying it's not good. The student opinion is the campus is very good. The classroom is very good. But when we do the observation as a whole, we still some room for improvement, especially for the outlet room that we can renovate or upgrade. So please consider upgrade the outlet room and expand practical space. As for our program, it would be including high quality e-commerce and live stream facility to strengthen the real learning and the time learning for the students. And the last one, the output and outcome in result criteria. The strengths are similar to other programs. First, you are doing good job in performance tracking. You are doing consistently monitor pass rate, dropout rate, average time to graduate, and also employabilities. So all of this data can inform the program enhancements. The next thing, the previous pre-program mentioned high employability. In our program, the employability rate is also pretty high. So maybe it's the whole for the university, I don't know. But from the full program, employability is very high. So this high employability rate of graduates are consistently demonstrated through the tracer study and alumni surveys. And finally, the stakeholder satisfaction is also very high. The regular feedback and survey data reflect strong satisfaction among students, alumni, and employees. So, last slide for me, the area for improvements. As we mentioned from the output, you monitor everything. We did see from your monitor that the number of the students are decreasing. The dropout rate are very high in some years, but 12% will not improve, but still significantly high. So please think about the enrollment and retention enhancement. Try to really recommend to strengthen department level public relation and implement target intervention to improve student recruitment and also reduce dropout rate. The next one would be probably, in our opinion, the most important, the research publication program that would be really aligned with the visions. So please think about establishing a structured program, including research mentoring, from some program that can be really well in research. It could be mentor for other programs that still in the beginning stage of doing research. And we need to to promote and support faculty publications in reputable local, first and international journal letters. And finally, the benchmarking. So please think about doing systematically benchmark output and process against regional and international standards to drive continuously for the improvement. So this is what we found out from the program, but I can assure you that there would be more in the detail that we will submit to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Associate Professor Pak Porchanat, and thank you all presenters so much for your summarizing presentations. And now, we are honored to invite the representative of the UNQA to deliver the wrap-up presentation and the closing remarks. Please welcome Professor Dr. Raymond Season, the UNQA Council Member, Chief Assessor and Lead Assessor.